Is there anyone else who'd like to testify? If not, oh. Hi, church. Mabuhay. You have landed to Los Angeles. Hi, I know I wasn't here for almost more than a month. I guess everyone knew. I went to Philippines. First to basically, my grandma passed away on September 8th. I already planned to go home on September 17th. I planned to go home knowing that she would still be alive by then to at least take care of her. Just a short recap, my grandma is the one who raised me up. Since I was little, when I was born, my mom was left in the hospital because of some complications that she needs to stay. It was my grandma who took care of me. She was basically my mom and dad. When my mom went to Taiwan to work, to provide school for me, she was there to be my mom. And my dad wasn't there for me when I was little. They left me at the age of 6. I grew up without a father. I came to chase him when I was little. I knocked on his door. He see me, but he never went out. It was painful that then, but my grandma was always being there for me to take care of me. She knew I was looking for a father's love because my grandma was there, so she knows that he can provide the love of the mother. But she knows that I was looking for a father's love. With her love, she okay even though she knows that my dad will not take care of me financially or even just emotionally or just being there for me. But she was there very supportive for me. So when I got older, I hated my dad, but my grandma was always there for me to make me realize that no matter what, I'm not gonna be in this world without my dad. So she showed me love that I cannot compare to either my mom or dad, even they were there. So I grew up with a grandma, and so she was there for us, very supportive in all the things that I do at school, in all my activities. She's the one who attend all my programs. None of my parents was there, just when in my early childhood. So I love my grandma so much. And so to the point that we almost expired our visa to get to United States because of the ticket we couldn't afford. She gave us the title of her house and she told us that it's okay, just pawn the house just so you guys can go because this is your opportunity already to go to the United States. There were also events before, but it didn't work out. So this time, she was so supportive. And it was just sad that my mom didn't have enough time to work on her papers, petition her. We're supposed to go home in 2020, but things happened. And I know that she misses us so much that she really wanted to see me. I wanted to go home with my whole family. but it never happened. And so this time, even with the pandemic, with all the rules and regulations going on, I told myself I will go home no matter what. And at that point, I remember when Ronnie's mom passed away a couple years ago, I saw my husband has the peace inside of him that losing someone that you love, it's hard. But then I saw him, the peace and the joy that he has, and I told the Holy Spirit, I wanted to have that same peace in me. Because I don't know what's gonna happen if my grandma died, not seeing her. And so before then, when my grandma first she got a fever, all of a sudden this happened really fast. She had a fever. She was laying in bed, and the care, like the care in there is not like when you have a caregiver here that people take care of you really well. They know how to take care of you, really. But there we couldn't rely with the care that we're looking for. So the caregivers that were taking care of her, they just left her basically in bed, just feed her, make sure she's changed. So basically her health declined fast. And to the point that they were saying that she had encountered COVID. So they do the home test and everything, and they said that she came out positive. But then, since my mom had known some doctor that can just take care of her at home without us sending her to the hospital or any clinic, so all the things that we have done to her was just in-house visit. She went back, her health went back fast. They prescribed her the antibiotics that I know it was banned, but because we had the doctor to prescribe it, she went well. And she was doing well. And so I started FaceTiming with her, just talking to her. But I remember because she already had some bed sore, she had, I guess, some arthritis in her knee, and she just was screaming for pain, and to the point that she doesn't want to live anymore, and she just want to give up. No matter what her friends, my mom, my family would tell her, she would just says, I don't want it. So there I knew no matter what, my faith to believe that she will get healed. But if that person, if my grandma doesn't want it anymore, and she's already 84, I guess it's her choice already that she wanted to go back. Before then, the Holy Spirit told me, you already have the peace in you. No matter what happened with your grandma, you will be fine. And I knew it, and I believe it, and I knew that she will be fine. But the Holy Spirit spoke to me and says, lead her to salvation. And that's when the time was really near that the caregiver called me and says like, oh, all of a sudden her oxygen just went down, because before then her oxygen goes up, goes down, and then it stays for a while, it's being good, and then after that it goes down again. Thinking that oxygen is free. In the Philippines, you have to fight and die to get an oxygen. It's not like here in the United States, when your oxygen level goes down, doctor just give it to you, or you can just rush into it. There, everybody's trying to get oxygen everywhere, because everybody is just needing oxygen. So with that hard thing to get and to pay, if you want to have your own oxygen, you have to buy it for at least $700, and that's just, it's hard to get it from there. They're running out of supply, even they do have it. It's just sometimes it's a hit and miss. And there's people really that will really take advantage of you. They will say, I can sell it to you, you have to send me the money first before I send it to you. And I know that's just a scam. So, and I know how really in demand the oxygen is. So the Holy Spirit told me, like, lead her to salvation. And at that time, she was hardly speaking. She was barely just catching her breath. And the Holy Spirit told me, even though she don't speak the words exactly what the words that you're gonna lead her to, just the sound, because there is a sound code that she cannot speak, but if she responds to it in some movement or some of her bodies or her eyes or her body gestures, she's following you. So then I lead her to the prayer of salvation, because I told her, like, I called her Nanay. Nanay is like mom. So I told her, Nay, do you want to receive Jesus? Do you want to receive him? You want to see him? You want to be with him? And then she said yes. Like, not really yes, but she nodded her head and she was responding with her breath. And so I told her, like, follow me. And then I lead her to the prayer of it. And she did follow. And then all of a sudden, that time her oxygen was already 40. And after the prayer of salvation, it went up to 98. I was just like, okay, what is this? Is she gonna be like, but in my heart, I was already at peace. If she leaves, I'm okay. Because I know that even though she leaves, I don't want her to live in pain. With the things going on in the Philippines, nobody even wants to help. Nobody even wants to see you. Nobody even wants to visit you. Nobody even wants to know where you are. Nobody even wants to know what you're going through. Because everybody there, everyone have their own issues. Everybody's sick. Everybody's sick with COVID. Everybody's sick with COVID. That's all it is. Like, it seems like there's no other sickness there, but it's just COVID.